Once upon a time, there was a little wolf named Wolfie. Wolfie loved going to the zoo with his family and friends, but he always had a tendency to wander off on his own. One day, Wolfie got separated from his family and found himself lost in the zoo. He didn't know what to do, but he remembered some safety tips he had learned from the zookeepers. First, Wolfie stayed in one place and didn't move around too much. He knew that if he kept walking, he might get even more lost. Next, Wolfie looked for a zookeeper or a security guard. He knew that they could help him find his family. But when he couldn't find anyone, Wolfie remembered another safety tip: to find a public space or a crowded area so that he wouldn't be alone. He walked towards a playground area where lots of children were playing. There, he found a helpful zookeeper who called his parents on the radio. His parents were so happy to hear from him and rushed to the playground to find him. Wolfie was relieved to be reunited with his family, and he learned an important lesson about staying safe in the zoo. From then on, he always stayed close to his parents and never wandered off on his own. As Wolfie walked around the zoo, he started to get more and more worried. He didn't recognize any of the animals or exhibits around him. The crowds of people seemed to only add to his confusion, and he was becoming more and more scared by the minute. But then he remembered another safety tip that he had learned from a visit to the zoo a few weeks ago. He remembered that he could follow the signs and maps posted around the zoo. He looked around and saw a sign for the gift shop, which he recognized from earlier. He knew that if he followed the signs, he would eventually find a map that could help him navigate his way back to his family. As he made his way towards the gift shop, Wolfie saw a zookeeper and called out to him for help. The zookeeper was happy to assist him and called his parents on the radio. Wolfie's parents were very worried about him and had been searching for him all over the zoo. When they received the call from the zookeeper, they rushed over to the gift shop to find their lost little wolf. When they arrived, Wolfie was overjoyed to see his family again. His parents hugged him tightly and told him how proud they were that he had remembered the safety tips he had learned at the zoo. They were also glad to see that he had followed the signs and maps to find his way back to them. From that day on, Wolfie never strayed too far from his parents at the zoo. But he knew that if he ever got lost again, he had the knowledge and tools to stay safe and find his way back to his family.